All right, and finally we are going to multiply polynomials. And I'm going to show you two different methods. There's the FOIL method versus the box method. Now, we have done the FOIL method before, and the FOIL method works okay with two binomials. But once you get into multiplying polynomials more than just a binomial, it can get a little bit tricky. You can do it, and if you prefer it, that's great. But I'm going to show you a box method also. But let's start with the FOIL method. So let's remind ourselves what FOIL stands for. And FOIL stands for first, outside, inside, last. FOIL, F-O-I-L. F-O-I-L. First, outside, inside, last. All right, so let's start with first. So first is multiplying the two numbers, the first two number of each of the binomials, of each binomial. Okay, so when we multiply x times x, we get x squared. All right, now we have outside. So our outside numbers, meaning our outside here and outside here. So that's the outside. So x times 5 gives us 5x. Inside, those are our numbers on the inside. So now we have plus 2x. And finally, last, the two last numbers of each binomial, and we get plus 10. And now we can combine like terms. So we do have a 5x and a 2x that can be combined, which then gives us x squared plus 7x plus 10. Okay, and that's the answer here because we can now no longer combine any of those terms. Okay, that's FOIL. Now, let's look at this as a box. So when we look at a box, we're going to put, and I'm going to actually, let me rewrite so I can zoom in here. We have x plus 2, x plus 5. All right, I just wanted to rewrite it over here. So we have x plus 2, x plus 5. So we're going to take this first parentheses, and we're going to break it down into x and 2 plus 2. Okay, now we're going to take the second parentheses and we're going to break that down into x plus 5. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply within the box. So in this box, I'm multiplying my two x's. So that goes in this box. So I get x squared. Then in the box next to it, I'm multiplying my x times 2. And I get my 2x. So it's kind of like you're going like that, and then like that. Then we come down to our plus 5, and we get, I'm going to multiply my 5 to my x, so I get 5x, and then my 5 to my 2, and I get 10. Now I'm looking within my boxes. Do I have any terms in my boxes that I can combine? And I do. I have a 5x and a 2x. So when I go to write my final answer, I have, well, I could write out all my answers. So I could have x squared plus 2x plus 5x plus 10. That would be writing, I wrote out each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, wrote them all out. And then I can combine here, and I get x squared plus 10, 7x plus 10. And then that would be my final answer there. Okay, which is the same. Samesies here and here are the same. Let's do that like this. Okay, so let's try another one. So let's look here. Here I have my first two numbers, and I get 2x squared. My outside numbers, I get my 2x times my 7, so plus 14x. My inside numbers, negative 3x. And finally my last numbers, negative 21. I can combine some of these. I can combine my 14x and my negative 3x. And when I rewrite it, I get 2x squared plus 11x minus 21. And I can't combine anything else, and it is written in standard form with my highest exponent first. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and rewrite that. I have I have 2x minus 3, x plus 7. And again, I'm going to highlight, this is going to go on the top. This is going to go down the side. So on the top, I have my 2x minus 3. So be careful there. And then my x plus 7. And I'm going to bring this in, and I get 2x squared. Multiply x times my negative 3, and I get negative 3x. Then when I multiply my 7 to my 2x, I get 14x. And then 7 times negative 3 gives me negative 21. So when I write all of these out, I have, starting with the top, I have 2x squared minus 3x plus 14x minus 21. I can combine these, and I end up with 2x squared plus 14x minus 21, which is the exact same thing I got over here. Okay, so now let's FOIL this one. And this is where my first inside outside last comes a little bit shady. So what I like to do is I like to take this 5x, and I'm going to draw a line to every piece that it needs to be multiplied to, and go ahead and multiply. So I have 5x times x squared, which would gives me 5x to the third. And then 5x times 2x gives me 10x squared. And 5x times 8 gives me 40x. Now I'm going to go through and do the same thing with my 2. And I get 2 times x squared is 2x squared. 2 times 2x is 4x. And 2 times 8 is 16. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to combine like terms. There's nothing that goes with my 5x to the third, but I have 10x squared and 2x squared. And then I have a 40x and a 4x that will go together. So we're going to rewrite this as 5x to the third plus 12x squared plus 44x plus 16. And that is the answer that would be in standard form. So that's how we would leave it just like that, because our degree of 3 comes first and it's the highest one. So now let's do it in the box. So I'm going to rewrite here. Let's see, 5x and 2 plus 2. And then x squared, 2x, and 8. So again, when I'm working in the box, I'm still distributing kind of that 5x. So it's going to go to here, and to here, but it's going to go in the corresponding box underneath. So 5x times x squared would be 5x to the third. Now 5x times 2x, and I'm going to put it in that box where it kind of meets together here, and that gives me 10x. And 5x times 8 is, 10x squared. And then 5x times 8 is 16x. Now I'm going to go do that to my 2, and I get 2x squared. 2 times 2x is 4x, and 2 times 8 is 16. And I already messed up again. I'm so sorry. This should be 40x. I'm sorry. So now I'm just going to write it all out. So I have 5x to the third plus 10x squared plus 40x plus 2x squared plus 4x plus 16. So I'm doing the same thing essentially. I'm just putting it in a box to make it a little bit easier. And again, it's totally up to you. I'm just trying to show you something new. So we can combine my 10x squared with my 2x squared, and I can combine my 40x with my 4x. My 5x to the third and my 16 stand alone. So I get 5x to the third plus 12x squared plus 44x plus 16. And that is my final answer. And again, you can see that they match. So if you would like to do some boxes, please feel free to do so. If you'd like to rewrite the problems on separate pieces of paper and redo the problem, that's fine too. Whatever you feel most comfortable with. Okay? So let me know if you have any questions. I know this kind of went fast, but the foil might work and the box might work, whichever you feel more comfortable with. Okay?